So, Rigo, welcome. You presented on the use of artificial intelligence today for space communication systems. How important is artificial intelligence becoming for science and exploration missions?
Well, it's quite important because the current model is not sustainable for the future, because we have a series of assets entering the space that is probably going to be really difficult to manage, since we have all this older technology that's flying out there, and we have to integrate the older technology with the new ones coming up. So artificial intelligence gives us a gateway to do that, especially in my field, is the communication side. So I think that's quite important. Because a lot of the time you have all these networks that are not possible to be managed by a person or a team of people. You would need a village of people to do that. Well, you can have just one single artificial intelligence system or machine learning system that is non-deterministic, that can make your decisions for you and make them better than a human most of the times.
So in the next couple of years, how do you see the use of AI developing? Do you expect a surge in the use of the technology and then the next level of development maybe?
Well, I think it's going to be a surge because of necessity. So you're going to have the thing is that current ground systems for artificial intelligence, or what is called artificial intelligence, is a buzzword that a lot of people use. You have different applications that are very specific. So ours is also that specific. But you're going to see a surge in the generalized application of systems that are just one, what we call them cognitive engines, which are basically decision-making algorithms that are generalized to different applications. You don't need to write your own. I don't need to write my own. You could just use standard one and modify it to your own. So it's going to surge in that sense, that it's going to be more generalized intelligence.
And in the conference session that you took part in today, what were some of the questions that were raised from the audience, really?
Well, the biggest question they had is how do you implement this in a swap-constrained environment? So swap stands for size, weight, and power. So a lot of the machine learning systems do things called matrix divisions, and then these things cost a lot of computational power because you need to invert them and some other technical stuff. So the point that we're trying to raise is that you can do artificial intelligence applications like neural networks in satellites by just uploading the trained models. You don't have to train them in space. You could train them on the ground and then just upload the final model and use that for swap-constrained system. And we're also working on things called neuromorphic processors, which are basically how to implement this new type of processors that use very little power. And you can implement things like feed-forward neural networks in space using these processors that use very little power as well. So.
Well, it was an exciting, very interesting conference session. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate you having me.